Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about the new episode of My Hero Academia Season 7 on episode 9 or episode 147 of the total number of episodes. So this episode right here was actually pretty nice, although I wish it could have been better, although I may be having high expectations of it, but if anything else, let's just get this started right away, okay? We have to it that news of Shoto's victory against Dami gets spread among the heroes through communication and so forth. As for everyone else's reaction, Burnin and the others are actually happy, and they took down a high Nomu. As for All Might, he's very proud, but he knows it must have been very emotional because how hard it is just to face his own sibling, you know? As for the location for Gigantomachia, the containment facility, we have to it that we get to see some of Class 1A, Class 1B, and Mount Lady fighting off against the villains who's trying to release or free Gigantomachia, you know? That kind of thing. Because Gigantomachia, he is the number one, powerful soldier that they're trying to release, because with him, they could turn the tide. We have to it that someone makes a mockery of Midnight's death, saying that all shall perish and die, just like that UA teacher. This catches the attention of Ashido, which apparently, we all know that Ashido loves Midnight. Everyone loved Midnight. We loved Midnight, and of course, we all be upset if we find out who did it. You know. Eventually, Red Riot shows up and gets ready to go into action. You know. We have to it that everyone else gets ready to keep fighting with everything they got. And we go to a freaking national stadium of Takuba, where we get to see some of Class 1A and Class 1B in action. We see Ojo, Sugarman, and the guy with the air solid cork whatsoever. And as for Bakugo's reaction, he knew that Todoroki would win, because that's just how it is. He had faith in him. As for Fat Gum and Aoyama, they end up facing one of Tartarus's most dangerous inmate, which involves plants whatsoever, you know. He goes by the name of Kuneda or something like that. Kuneda, I don't know. One thing for certain is that he is pretty much he's one of All For One's hired assassins that involves plants, and his plant quirk is all purple, etc. You know, and so forth. We had to it that he plans to kill Aoyama because of his betrayal, you know, and yeah, his name is Kunieda, however you pronounce his name whatsoever, etc. As for the location where Shoji, Koda, along with Prison Mike is at, we have to it Spinner is there trying to break free Kurogiri and says, no, that's BS, I don't believe it. We have to it that Spinner is actually much different now because he's gained more power from All For One. He gained the power to the power he's gained from All For One is being humongous, you know, and having is being very, very humongous whatsoever, you know. So we have to it that he doesn't believe this, and that he tells everyone to destroy all those who oppress us, who tormented us and humiliate us because of we're different physically. Destroy all people, you know. Release Kurogiri, free Shigaraki, etc. You know, and so forth. And we had to it Shoji thinks in his mind, I'm so glad to actually be in the same class as you, man, etc. We get to see Shoto recuperating with Tenya Ida, who apparently is very exhausted whatsoever, you know. So looks like to me it's not really there's still some after effects of his attack, you know. But we have to it that wondering what's going on here and there, because one of them says that this guy is still breathing. We don't really know. One thing's for certain is that we get to see something coming into Dabi's chest whatsoever, you know. But now the second half of the episode involves Endeavor, Hawks, and everyone and some other people facing off against All For One. All For One is really shocked to hear this, but I guess he doesn't really mind it or care because that's what Endeavor does, you know. He continues to mock Endeavor of his past whatsoever while Hawks is trying to be support. Although because Hawks doesn't have his full set of wings fully 100% healed, he has to use some prosthetics to help him out, you know. So it's not as the same as Hawks' speed. It's not the same as it used to be. So that much is to be said, you know. But that aside, we have to it that like I said, the fight with All For One is actually being really pressured. All For One analyzes the situation knowing that he's in major trouble. But, we all know that All For One's favorite weapon is mental psychological warfare, is mental attacks or psychological attacks, verbal attacks, you know? That's why Hawks is trying to get Endeavor to keep a cool head because, you know, one slip up or one simple small opening means total annihilation or defeat. And eventually, All For One had one small evil trump card he used against Endeavor, saying, "You were never able to find Toya's body at all now, were you?" The way how he said it in a way is to provoke Endeavor, and Endeavor's really shocked to also hear that the reason why Toya went missing is because of him. This causes Endeavor to snap and get ready for a very big blown out fire attack, but this gives All For One the big opening and slices Endeavor's like right side whatsoever, you know? He says, "You were never able to find his body now, were you?" And Hawks goes like, "Oh no, this is really bad news," you know, that kind of thing, you know? And yeah, like I said, Endeavor gets sliced up or attacked badly by All For One on his right side, you know, and Hawks was close to being possibly killed by All For One's blast, but we had to it that Earphone Jack and Tsukuyomi or Tokuyami shows up in time to like protect Hawks from being attacked or possibly killed, you know. And we had to it that like it's kind of cool how they decide to work with Hawks, you know. And we have to it that All For One mocks them from being here, and that you're just simple characters ready to be defeated by the Demon Lord. But Earphone Jack says, "Well, you should really say that after you defeated us. Ain't that right, All For One?" Etc. And we have to it that like Endeavor, who is apparently in nasty pain because of his own stupidity, you know, he thinks about his children and knows what he's doing is really stupid, and that he shouldn't really like really screw this up, you know. And we have to it that like that Tokuyami talks about like additional support, you know, there's a stalemate, etc., and that we're here to help out, you know. Although Hawks inevitably asks like Tokuyami for help, you know, we have to it that All For One gets ready to go all out and go crazy, you know, because that's just how he is. Eventually, that like All For One will make an attack on Tokuyami and Jiro without them realizing, almost gotten themselves killed if it wasn't for Hawks protecting them, you know, or killed at most if Hawks wasn't there to protect them. We have to it that Jiro was actually shaking a bit, knowing that like that attack came out of nowhere, you know, and that she's wondering, you've been exposed to this all this time, you know. And we have to it, All For One thinks in his mind, "Did you really think that you could just take me on, a Demon Lord? You got a long way to go to even lay any hands on me, you know." We had to it that All For One makes a giant looking like cannon attack and ends up blasting it very badly towards Jiro and Tokuyami, who apparently was barely able to dodge. Hawks, on the other hand, managed to possibly help him out by like stopping or redirecting the attack a little bit. But unfortunately, they still come off with like nasty like injuries. We have to it that like Hawks, however, also suffers some nasty injuries, and that he's not like the same like hero he was with Speed, because of his wings is not fully 100% healed, you know, that kind of thing. But we have to it that like Jiro and Tokuyami, well, Jiro suffered the most damage of it because she has her left ear, where her cord comes from, gets blown off. And I mean, her left ear is literally blown off. it was really, really bad, knowing, etc. And we had to it eventually that All For One mocks him, saying that, "You really thought you could take me on? Don't make me laugh," you know, that kind of thing. So yeah. Anyways, I thought this episode was nicely done, although like I said, it could have been a little better towards the very end, where All For One makes the attack on Jiro and Tokuyami. I know they had to censor some things, or they didn't really give much detail on what's the blast supposed to look like, you know, compared to the manga. I know making comparisons to the manga and anime is not really fair, because, you know, censorship is always there, but, you know, that's just how I am. Anyways, thought the episode's pretty nice, could have been better. Sorry for being nitpicky about it, but other than that, From what I hear and the rumors telling me through social media and the internet, they say that the new episode of My Hero Academia will not show up next weekend, which is fine by me because I got a vacation to go to and I'll be missing out on a lot of stuff, which apparently I'm, yeah. Anyways, looking forward to next episode. Until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. So I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time. All right. Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot.